But if you could get the funding at the bank, you would. And that's how my e-commerce store was. I wanted to get the funding at the bank. I went to the bank. The bank could only offer me $10,000, and that's not what I needed. If you're a retail store or an e-commerce store, I'm sure you're thinking about how you can take advantage of the holiday shopping season. Most retail businesses or e-commerce businesses want to take advantage of the huge amount of shoppers during the fourth quarter of the year. Sometimes they sell more in the fourth quarter than they do the entire rest of the year. So that takes a lot of planning on their part to make sure they have enough inventory on hand. And in order to have enough inventory, you have to have enough money to buy the inventory. This is actually what happened to my e-commerce business, which by the way I still have. I just have my partner does most of the day-to-day running of the business. What happened to me is we went to the bank. I wanted to get a $50,000 bank loan so that I could buy enough inventory for the holiday shopping season. I figured that with that $50,000 worth of inventory, we could probably sell that for about $200,000 worth of revenue. So we filled out all of the paperwork that the bank wanted us to fill out. Took forever, and they went through it with a fine-tooth comb, asked a ton of questions. We had to meet in person with the bank. And then they came back and offered us a line of credit for $10,000. And that was not very helpful to us at the time. I mean, we already had, way more in our business credit card, available than that. And we were really looking for $50,000. The reason that we only were given $10,000 is because the bank will only lend on however much you have in collateral, however much assets that they can use as collateral. And we didn't own the building that we're in. We were just renting warehouse space. And so we didn't have any real estate assets that we could use as collateral. And that's how most businesses are. Most retail stores are just leasing the space that they're in. So they don't have collateral that the bank will approve them. That's why most banks deny the loans that businesses want to get from them, and they can't get the loan. So that's why our business even exists. We offer like a alternate funding source, and it's all based on your revenue. It's basically an advance on your future revenues. So when you apply, you're uploading your bank statements of your last 3 months revenue, and then the lending team is looking at what they think you can afford based on your revenues. The good thing with retail stores is you have money coming in every single day. So your numbers actually look really good for this type of funding because you can set up daily payments and you're selling all the time. So you have money coming in all the time and you can have a little bit of payments going out. So they will set up a funding source for you that works for your business based on your numbers. Now the businesses do need to be in business for at least 6 months. You'll get better terms if you've been in business for 2 years or more. And then if the owner's FICO score is above 685, you're going to get better terms, but the minimum is 550. The minimum business revenue is $15,000 per month, but you will get better terms if the business revenue is over $50,000. With the Q4 revenue, holiday shopping season, it's great to use for inventory because you're going to be selling that. Like if you're buying it right now, in a couple months that's going to be sold and you're going to have that revenue paid off, and you can pay off these funding sources early and actually get a prepayment discount if you pay it off early. So it works really well with retail stores and e-commerce stores to just get a funding source from us, buy that inventory, turn around as soon as you sell it, pay the funding off, and away you go. Now there is cost to it obviously, and the cost is usually more than a bank, but if you could get the funding at the bank, you would. And that's how my e-commerce store was. I wanted to get the funding at the bank. I went to the bank. The bank could only offer me $10,000, and that's not what I needed. So the cost will be more than a bank. Does the benefit to me outweigh the cost? And a lot of times when you're looking at funding sales for Christmas, it absolutely benefits the business to stock up because you could sell. Like if I could get $50,000 of inventory and sell $200,000 worth of product, that would have benefited our business so much. As it was, we just had to keep growing little by little by little by little because we could only get a little bit of inventory at a time. We could sell it if we got that inventory, but we just didn't have enough capital to buy enough inventory that we could sell. So the link is in the description if you're ready to go apply. When you click over on the link, it's going to have more information about the funding. I also have more videos in the playlist that will talk about the funding, how it works, what they're looking at. That's just not the topic of this video. So go in the playlist, click through the playlist and listen to all the videos. And when you click over to the link, it'll say my name at the top of the screen, Kimberly Laird. And then when you fill out the application, it'll credit me as your agent, and I'll have my agent ID number on there. If you happen to land on this video by chance and you just need an agent number to fill out an application because you can't fill out an application without an agent number, you can go ahead and use my application as long as you meet the qualifications that I said earlier. But maybe go and watch the application video first to make sure you know how the process works. So tell me about your business in the comments. I would love to hear about your business and any questions you have about revenue-based financing and how it can work in your specific business's situation. And then subscribe to this channel because you may not need funding right now, but in the future you might need it. And then you're going to be like, where did I hear that lady talking about how to get funding so I can fund my inventory? I can't find her. So subscribe to the channel. You could also share it to your email and then you'll have it in your email. I would suggest if you're going to fill out the application that you share this video to your email anyway, because one of the things you need to do when you apply is you do need to upload 3 months of bank statements, of the business bank statements, and that's much easier to do on your computer. Unless you're really tech savvy and you know how to do that on your phone. But I would suggest that you just go ahead, hop on your computer and download the bank statements on your computer and then use my link that you already emailed to yourself. If you email this video to yourself, my link will still be in the description. Click that, it'll take you over to the site. I'll have my name, Kimberly Laird. Then you'll know you're on my site that gives me credit for this. So let me know in the description, in the comments, if you have any questions. Tell me about your business. Tell me about situations that you have questions on, if I can help you with funding, and I will get back with you and maybe I'll make a video about how we can help a business like yours. So thank you.